So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very thrilled to be here so I can speak here to you in this environment which has this great atmosphere. It's not my first time I'm here, so I know this place. It's okay, welcome. I want to talk about the Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies for business reasons and technological reasons in the way like they connect. And first thing I liked about the Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies because we started trading Bitcoins in 2013, which was the first time it got public attraction. And the basic idea was, for me, it was the political size of the cryptocurrency, of decentralized blockchain. So it appeared to me that it is going to be a competition for governments, which they are not really used to have some. And it is something which gives you the privacy, its original purpose and meaning. Because the bank privacy, it is history, actually, I will talk about it later. And of course, it helps to find the censorship, which is a big issue now. So then the regulation comes, which right now it is up-to-date topic. The governments are catching up. It takes them few years. And back in 2013, there was no regulation at all. The situation changed significantly from that. Now the regulation is everywhere. So that made me think about the regulation. If it's really good, it's based on good intention. Like the people who are trying to put up the regulation frameworks, they mean it for good intentions, because cryptocurrencies definitely attract a lot of crime, and governments, they have to respond to it somehow. But there is always the bad side of the regulation, and if it goes really wrong, it can take us to totality, which we just got out a few years. So then that's what made cryptocurrencies attractive to me. I hope you will find some relevant information in my presentation. So I will talk about all the problems we have met. We didn't expect, some we did expect, but most of the problems we had, we didn't expect we will have them. So my name is Pavel Niedoba, and I run a SimpleCoin, which is the biggest and oldest cryptocurrency exchange in Czech Republic. It was founded in 2013, as I said, and the idea was not there in the beginning, but I was an early crypto investor. I got my first Bitcoins in October. I kept them on a local Czech exchange, which was, of course, the biggest mistake everybody can make, to trust an unreliable partner. So I lost them all in November with a nice profit. And then there was the moments like we started thinking about SimpleCoin. But some people say I look familiar, and they're asking me what I was doing before. Well, I've been to USA, but I never did chemistry. If I did, I would obviously tell you. But well, before SimpleCoin, I was a programmer involved in a mostly financial and insurance industry. I was working on internet banking for big Czech banks and insurance companies. And then I found the articles about Bitcoin and I bought some. I said I lost them all. And that actually made me very angry. You can imagine, like, you open your exchange and there is just a black and white page with the text saying, in short, everything is gone, but it's not our mistake. So then I really thought I should get even. I should bring somebody responsible to it, because that is still somehow deep in our hearts that the Bitcoin is money and somebody has to take care about our money, and it's not entirely our responsibility to keep the coins safe. I was thinking about it for a long time. I talked to some other people if I should try to get some rest of the money from the company, try a lawsuit or whatever. But then we have a saying, something like, when there is nothing left, there is simply nothing left. So I didn't get even. I basically realized that once the local exchange went out of the business, then there is nobody else doing it. And we came up with the idea that we can create very simple service where we just trade the Bitcoin for a local currency, taking some fee. So we created our page, which was having just the free text fields where you just said, like, how much Bitcoin you want to buy, what's your email, and what's your Bitcoin address, and you could submit it. That was like the whole thing the exchange was doing in the beginning. It had no backend. We had no like back processes, anything. But we did it in 3 weeks. So. Then we started an AdWords campaign. We were 2 guys working full-time in banks and as IT programmers, managers. And then we were surprised that the very next day the money started coming. And it was not like a small money, it was like really nice big money. We had them, we didn't have the coins, and then we started trading. Then we had all the problems I will just quickly talk about. So the first problem, which by then was not the big one, and now it's the biggest problem we can have. Everybody who's doing crypto will have the banking problem. And that has changed significantly, because back in 2013, you had a domestic company. You could go to any bank, sit there for 10 minutes, and you had your bank account opened, like business bank account. You need only your private ID. We have public register where you can prove that you are a director of your company. And they open, you sign few papers, basically personal information. You sign the agreement and your account is there, it's online, you can start using it. It is totally different today. If you try to open bank account for company, there will be a lot of questions, there will be a lot of investigations. You will have to answer questions. Who are your clients? Where's their money coming from? what are the biggest partners, what's the estimated amounts, what currencies, what countries, do you trade abroad, whatever. It takes 2 or 3 hours filling all these papers. You submit them, and then maybe a few days ago, you will usually receive a call from the bank saying that your application was rejected. Basically because simple coin is big enough and known enough, and it's so easy to Google that we cannot really skip the fact that we do cryptocurrency. And once you say you do cryptocurrency, most of the banks will not work with you, and it's not even decision of the Czech banks, it's mostly decisions of the international owners of the banks. So for example, Austria has a working group for the biggest banks, which is Raiffeisen and Erste. They own Czech Spořitelna, Raiffeisen Bank in Czech Republic. And in this group, they just decided they will not do crypto. They will happily do porn and gamble, but no crypto. So. Then, okay, you have to look for some small local banks, maybe payment institutions. It is like difficult. And we're happy we still have some bank accounts left. In the biggest days, we had 23 accounts in 10 banks, and we could cover most of the clients with interbank transactions, which was instant. So then the banking was the problem. After that, back in these days, we had no problems with marketing. You could start your AdWords campaign, advertise on Facebook. They were happy to take your money. They put up any banners you had prepared, and there was no problem. But then, I think it was 2017, the situation changed. The biggest companies just said, we will not do crypto, we will ban every campaign touching crypto somehow, which is having big impact on the business, but it's not that deadly like losing all bank accounts. And it is more or less fair because it happens to every trader. So, but it's a problem, okay? It will bring your business, like the volume, the income, it will bring it down. Okay, liquidity was the problem in the beginning because we didn't really prepare for the volumes we had in the beginning, and we were not prepared. So you basically need, let's say, 5 times, 10 times daily volume in cash, so you can deliver all orders with comfort. Because now we need to take Czech kronas, change it to euros, send it international bank transaction. Now it takes days, but back in 2013 it was taking 3 business days, so that was like difficult. Since that time, we built some cash flow, so the liquidity is more or less okay now. The problem, which was not expecting, because we have all IT background, was money laundering. So we had this naive idea that once you receive money into your account, that it is your money. You don't really need to investigate who is sending them and what was the purpose. But it took just 3 months before we started receiving dirty money, and somebody was trying to launder this money by buying coins, because it is the perfect thing what you can do. If you succeed to buy coins anonymously, you most likely get away with a perfect crime. You get rich, you won't get caught, and okay, later then you can mix them, sell them for real money and say, okay, it was my profit because I bought them in 2010. And whatever. So the money laundering comes with regulations. There are like many things you need to do to make regulators happy. The law changed first in 2017, I think. They just said like everybody touching cryptocurrencies is a subject for regulation, and therefore you need to follow the KYC AML rules, which was like the first time. Before crypto, nobody needed this KYC AML. It was like so simple. The bank didn't ask for it, but since that time, the regulators are really strict, but here in Czech Republic, they are not having the negative mood. They say, okay, we have some law, we have some working framework. They trying to keep in touch with us, and the main focus is really to stop the toxic money from coming in and out of the crypto business. This means that you will have to spend a lot of money in training of your employees, in keeping records of whatever you must do, and it is still not enough to keep you in business. Basically, what you must do is to really stop the dirty money from coming in. How you do it, it is up to you. You take any information you have. You have to work online only because there's no way to trade crypto in person. And that is part of the experience. Like you really need something like the sixth sense to smell something from whatever information you can collect. Then security. This is all a lasting problem. That's how the simple coin started, because the previous trader didn't have the security in place. And if you have an online system with a hot wallet, then it applies the same security like to your Bitcoin wallet and private key. So there are secrets which only you can know. Like there's just some places where only I can go and nobody else. So I could talk about it in short. It starts that you buy your own physical servers, install the operating system yourself. You don't have any admin like with a root password who can go there and change anything. So then we got it this way. So far we don't have any security problems. So all right, like I'm not saying we that good or lucky, but we good and lucky. So then, since we are here, we started with the Bitcoin, and then later we upgraded the system so we can trade multiple coins. And once we are on the Eternity conference, we came here a week ago to Hackathon, and we were looking at the Eternity and tokens from the aspect of how could we integrate it. This is not that easy as you think. The Eternity is a complex system built by very smart people doing super smart contracts. But from the other side, from the business perspective, we are missing the very basic functionality. And the problem is how to receive coins or tokens. The problem is not only for us, it's everybody's problem. Who will touch the tokens, they will need to receive the tokens. And so far, there is no easy way how to receive tokens the way like we can receive Bitcoins. If you look at the Bitcoin wallet, they have very nice they have one binary. You can download it, install it, run it. It has the drawback that you need 500 gigabyte disk, but okay, that's something you can afford. You run it overnight, your wallet is ready. It will handle 100,000 transactions without problems. And you have the wallets for your customers, which works fine if you generate QR code, show it to the customer, they take their phone, scan it, say send, and it's paid. The transaction is there, it's confirmed, it's perfectly unique, so you can't miss it with any other client transaction, and that has become a standard for crypto industry. So we need something like that for Eternity. Eternity is more similar to Ethereum, but Ethereum, okay, we did the integration. We had to spend like 3-4 weeks programming, and the solution is not perfect. We end up parsing the whole blockchain, observing many addresses, buying new server with SSD disk. So once we hear, like from the business perspective, we would really appreciate from the Eternity community that they provide good wallet for customers. Basically, we need that the wallet supports arbitrary data, which is something like customer ID or transaction ID, so we can use it for pairing. And we need another wallet for us with RPC interface where we can just get a list of all transactions with all tokens, and we can use it to send tokens to somebody else. That's all. Okay. Then smart contracts. I will skip because we are running out of time. So let's go to conclusion, which is the troubles running a business. It is, in short, the conclusion, it's like you want to do it, be prepared, it's not easy, and don't give up. We saw many competitors who tried to do it back in 2017. That was the time when everybody could get rich on crypto. If you couldn't do it like then don't do it, because the time was like you remember, everybody was trying to buy for huge money, and the fees were high, volumes were high, and even then we saw many guys dropping out because they just gave up when they got into serious problems. So be prepared. You get problems, be prepared to get more money, put it into your company, and fight. And that's all in short.
Thank you, Pavel. Just like if anyone has a question, we have like 2 minutes, so really quick. Okay, 1 second.
Hi, thank you very much for your presentation. I'm Alex. I was wondering if you're seeing problems with banking as well as some issues with the government. Have you ever considered at some point to relocate your business, just like other exchanges have done? Or if you haven't, why haven't you?
Yeah, we are looking at it, but it is difficult. Like they said here before, it's really difficult to relocate your business if you're not relocating yourself. It means, like we were thinking about it. Of course, we were to Malta, we looked in Switzerland, and so far our policy is more like that we offer a white label service, because we can supply the whole software solutions, including connections to your banks, to your exchanges. And then, for example, we found the partners in Italy who knows the Italian jurisdiction, they do marketing, they do customer support, and we basically do the technical stuff and we share the profit somehow. So for us, this is because we're still having like mostly IT background, so we like to focus on the IT development and then serve the service, having the profit shared with the partners who knows the jurisdiction, and that's the way we want to go. Now we will be rolling big upgrade next week, I think, or in 2 weeks, and okay, then we start marketing this product.
Thank you, Pavel. If you want to talk to Pavel, he's going to be around, so maybe you can grab him over a cup of coffee because we're running out of time. So give me a big round of applause for Pavel Niedoba, Simple Coin. Thank you.